to our guests, you are in for a treat tonight. To our regular Beauty to Being the family, every time we're with our CEO, that you are in for a treat tonight. And I'm so glad that he's here. And we just wanted to try to answer some of your questions. And, some people are coming here looking for nuggets, but Armand always gives boulders. So I suggest that you get your pen and the paper out too, okay? I might look at the chat session, but y'all should have used my link to submit these questions. So Armand, first of all, okay, I see you. Special welcome to our CEO, everyone. Okay, they're loving on you, Armand. So, what do you want to do? Do you want to just get straight to the questions, or do you just want to tell everybody hello first?
I always love to say hello. I don't know if a lot of people understood your story, which is very, very powerful, Latasha. For a lot of people who don't know Latasha, and you're listening right now, and maybe she doesn't want to say anything. She just says she's retired. But one of the greatest things that I know about this girl is that she really did everything she needed to do to be able to not only buy her son a car, not only take her daughter, both kids to universities, they put them through a lot of different things, but still buy them, I mean, it's just so much stuff. And when I first knew her, she just worked at Verizon. It's like, it's just an awesome, awesome, awesome story. You guys literally have to listen to the whole story of Latasha. She's just phenomenal leader, phenomenal person, and somebody you guys need to get behind them. Because it's something that's pretty powerful. But I do appreciate every single one of you who are on the call today. I appreciate everybody who's showing up. Everybody that's here. There's a lot of things that we always want to talk about, and we always want to, you know, teach, and we always want to make sure that everybody's growing. I'm very happy in how the company has been moving in the direction that it's moving every single day. I mean, you guys seen that, the growth has been immense worldwide. You guys are seeing that we're opening up that new office in Nigeria at this moment. Everybody's seeing that, we are just legalizing everywhere we can around the world. We have great teams, of legal teams and everybody else that's trying to get things that are to get accomplished. A lot of people don't realize, but our legal teams, just legal teams alone, we're paying around $3 million in just legal, just to get things done a year, and it's something that is pretty powerful because we want to make sure that we get things accomplished for every single one of you. We want people to understand that there is no border that is there that we can't get to somehow. We want to make sure that we can really get to where we need to get to. So I'm here to answer some questions. Latasha asked me to show up, and really she wanted to grind me with some questions people have, and I'm like, okay, no problem, grind away. It's not an issue, not a problem. But guess what? The point of everything is to try to learn something. Everybody that's here, that's listening, and that's happy, and everything that's happening with it, the company, I want you to all understand that everything's a possibility to growth. What are our goals that we have in life? Are you interested in your goals? Because I want you to understand this. Are you interested in your goals? Or are you, see, and here's sometimes when here, he goes, are you interested in your goals? Let me see, let me flip this over around. I don't know why. Give me 1 second. Okay. Here's what I want to say. I took notes in Spanish for some reason, and it's like sometimes I can't read my own writing, and I'm trying to translate the word that I was trying to say, but here it is. He goes, are you interested in what you're doing, or are you committed to accomplishing your goals? And it's a big giant difference if you're committed within your business. It's a big difference if you're committed or you are just interested, because a lot of people can be interested in hitting large numbers and hitting ranks and hitting a lot of different things. But are you committed? And the one thing that you have to understand is when people are committed to really hit something strong, a lot of things start to change. For example, if you're just interested in moving your dreams to the next level, your goals to the next level, a lot of the stuff that you'll notice is that you'll only do things that are convenient for you. You will only do things that you may want to do, not want to do. You're going to do things that may be simple. You may just give up at certain points because you're just interested in doing it. You're interested in hitting diamond. You're interested in hitting goals. You're interested in doing a lot of things. But are you committed? That's the question. And commitment's a big deal to us because guess what? A lot of people who are just interested are people who always will create excuses for not accomplishing their goals. They always will make excuses for not being happy. They always make excuses for not reaching their destination where they should be at this moment. And for me, that is powerful because you guys have to understand that a lot of you are just running like those chickens with no head. You're just running around still, but not figuring out where your destination is because you're just interested in getting to where you want to get. Now, imagine one thing. If we were committed to actually reaching our goals, you will do a lot of things that most people would not do. You will push onwards in areas that people will not even want to be. For example, if you are committed, you have no excuses. You will not make excuses. You will not give excuses, or you will not be you will not be willing not to do things that are harder to be able to accomplish things. For me, that is important, especially when you're growing a business, when you're growing to where you want to reach at, where you want to get to. A lot of people are looking for goals and reaching, for example, diamond rank. Why? Because there's always a $20,000 to $30,000 just residual income out of that. Fantastic. And everybody can cheer and jump and say, I will be diamond, I will be diamond, and I will be diamond, and just pump their fists up and everything else. But at the end of it, are you committed to making it? Are you committed to doing the work? Are you committed to going out there every single day looking for those 25 people to tell you no daily at the very minimum? See, a lot of us want to reach, a lot of us want our families to better. A lot of us want a lot of things. But to be committed means that you're going to do all the work that you need. You're going to do all the work that you need to accomplish that goal. For example, you got to go out there and do those 5 steps. Everybody talks about the 5 steps. Everybody trains about the 5 steps. Everybody's talking about the 5 steps. But are you actually working the 5 steps? Are you actually out there every day looking for 25 people to tell you no at the very minimum? See, I go out there every day and I'm not even recruiting. I'm out there as a CEO and I'm still talking to a lot of people. I was just in a store this morning, before going to get some lunch. And one of the things that I realized is that I started talking to people. I started prospecting people automatically. It's a habit that I have. And that's one thing you have to convert is into habits. So when we're working on our habits, for example, if you're bad at your habits, I want you to understand one thing, that I want you to understand that you can accomplish a lot of different things, which habits and habit forming is important for your business. Go out there and prospecting every day. That's a habit you need to grow. Talking to people every day, even if you don't know, it's a habit you need to grow. Learning to sort through people in this business is a habit you need to know. And the more we understand what we're doing, the better and the faster you will accomplish your goal. So when I ask you if you are committed to reaching, what are you ready to sacrifice that you're doing today? What are you willing to let go for a moment so you will never have to let go in your life again? Say, a lot of us that are committed, we let go space, let's just say with our kids for a moment, so we'll never have to miss another, school event. Some of us that are committed, are committed to reaching different goals. We sacrifice different things. Programming, like I haven't watched TV in a very long time. I haven't, I've watched a movie here and there, but TV programming, not in our vocabulary no more. Why? I'm committed to building what I need to build. See, a lot of you don't understand that even growing a company like Vida Divina, a lot of people think it's Armand and it was simple and it was easy, but nobody saw the commitment behind the scenes. Nobody saw when we are, when we were suffering at the very beginning because we didn't have enough product for a lot of people that we were coming into the business. Nobody saw when the company was hurting at the very, when we couldn't get products across the border when we were making them in Mexico. Nobody noticed the pain it was to destroy product that was brought over. Nobody noticed the commitment in trying to make sure that we're going to accomplish what we're going to accomplish no matter what. Nobody noticed when we've had our first office, how quickly we outgrew it and moved into the Milliken, Ontario office and started building that until we couldn't fit no more. Nobody saw the commitment, basically, that we're accomplishing every single day. Now, I'm not saying it's something to watch for, but it's how you feel, what you do. When we talk about leading with love, there's a lot of different factors. When we're talking about what we're going to do, what we will, where we will be at into the future. A lot of people ask me, what do you see yourself in 5 years with the company? I'm like, well, the company in 5 years, we're going to be doing very good. But I do see in less than 10 years that we'll be the number one company in the world. And I'm going to be pushing for that. I'm going after major companies. As a matter of fact, when we talked about the franchises before and the coffee franchises and everything else, we're looking at a bigger picture than just what we are doing here. We want to make sure that we have these coffee shops all over the United States first and then all over the world. And we're going to make sure that we keep growing in a direction that nobody can stop us. That's why we are unstoppable. We're going to be making sure that we keep creating products like the Sculpt Max that all of you have been taking and been screaming about how great it is. You see Latasha smile over there. It's a phenomenal product. But imagine how many products we're going to come up on the line within the next couple of years. What are we going to create? What are we going to bring? What company will we buy? That's what we're looking for. So are you committed to coming along for the ride? Or you're just here? Are you committed to create the wealth and change your life forever, take your families from tragic to magic? Or are you just here? See, a lot of us have to make that decision because there's a lot of great things that are going to happen. The next couple of years are going to be powerful. The wave is going to be immense. But it makes sense to a lot of people. And how many of you are willing to take that ride on that surfboard, on that wave to get you to the next level. Now, I know there's a lot of questions. I just wanted to speak a little bit, little words here and there. And I know we wanted to do a Q&A today. So I know Latasha sent out a list to a lot of people so they can fill in their Q&A. But I want you to understand one thing before I get to that. If you knew, like you had a vision to the future somehow, and if you knew you were going to pass away in less than a year, 6 months, a month, a week, what would you do different today that you're not doing now? What would you do for your family today that you're not doing today? What would you do that is different so you can accomplish the goals that you are dreaming now instead of later? I keep telling a lot of people that your success is already guaranteed. It all depends when you want to get there. That mountain of success is already a plaque with your name on it on the very top. But do you want to wait till you're 90, till you're 70, till you're 60? Do you want to wait till you're almost gone to get to that position? Or do you want to get there today? It's all up to you. It's up to the speed that you want to run. It's all up to what you're committed to accomplishing. See, you can do it now and have your kids, your grandkids enjoy the wealth today. Or you can wait till later and they didn't enjoy it. They never lived it. They never tried it, but you'll get there. So it's up to you. I believe we should run today as fast as we can, as hard as we can. I think we should run as hard as we can to get to what we need to get to, then enjoy the wealth that we have built together. So, Latasha, I don't know about you, but what's the questions that you have?
I don't know. I'm laughing at Erica because she said, "Oh, the Scope Max is gone," and I showed her. She's like, "Share, share, share." No, it's only 2 more packs and they're mine. I'm not even selling them, Erica. You guys, you can. I don't know if some people might have had problems with the form, but if you want to hit Q&A right now as well inside of here, I'll look at additional questions. But let's see. First question we have is coming from Maryland. It's from a Miss Tanya Pritchett. She has 2 questions, 3 questions, maybe 4. Hold on, let me look. The first question is, what's the best way to use the sport oil gel caps?
Well, the sport oil gel caps basically is a large quantity of reishi, Ganoderma lucidum that is inside. It's about 1 kilo of it that is crushed down to that oil capsule, or 2.5 pounds that is crushed down to, with pressure to get that oil out of that reishi. The powerful thing about that is that you're going to see results very quickly with the product, and you're going to see and feel better really quickly with the product. So to me, it's very important to be taking it. I mean, to me, it's something that is that we need to accomplish. We need to take every single day. To me, it's something that I do every day. So that's what I'm doing.
And look, I didn't even share. There was one time I was kind of sleeping on the spore oil gel caps, but I had been experiencing a pain in my hip for like 3 weeks. It was just crazy. And I finally went to Patient First to get it checked out. And they told me I had a new boyfriend named Arthur. It's a part of being 50 years old, arthritis. And I was devastated about that. But what I did when I got home, for some reason, I decided to try the spore oil caps. And the pain I had for 3 weeks, I haven't had that pain since. So yes, they are absolutely powerful. Okay. I had to drop my boyfriend Arthur because of our gel caps. Her next question is, what are the benefits? Oh, you kind of answered it. She was saying, well, no, what are the benefits versus the Gano capsules or the Gano extracts?
Well, the Gano extracts basically is it's a part of the mushroom. It's called the mycelium. It also has spores in it, basically. So it's a it's a part of the plant that's the reishi that is the most powerful part for your health reasons. So what do we have in there is something that's pretty powerful. Now, what is the difference between that one and the spores? The other one's just spore oil of the spores, and it has all the nutrition of the spores and quantified into 2.5 pounds of it. So it's pretty powerful when you take it that way. But which one do you prefer? Well, what I prefer both of them. I mean, I literally take the capsule and the powder is the same thing to me. So it's like I just take a scoop full of the reishi, put it in hot water and take it. Put it in coffee if you need to and take it. When you put it in hot water, it just works phenomenally in a lot of different ways. So that's what I do. I mean, so I don't know if you guys want to. What's the difference between both? They're both reishi. It's just one is condensed and to a lot, and then the other one is in powder form. But that's the only big difference.
So Hazel Brooks, because your question is related, to piggyback on that, she's asking what's the best way to use the reishi extract?
Open your mouth and go like this.
I love it. I love it. Final question for Tanya Pritchett. What's the best way to approach fitness businesses, owners, in order to wait a minute. What is the best way to approach fitness/biz owners, practitioners, or anyone about displaying your products or partnering with them in their business?
Well, I mean that's I think a difficult question to answer. I mean I think it's every person is different when you approach them about putting, especially in their practice. Let's just say where there's a practitioner that is actually in there. I would just speak to them directly and say, look, how would you like to have something within your office that can help a lot of people, but you're making commissions off every single time something sells? Because if you're interested, then you move forward into explaining more about it. If they're not interested, you just sort it through them. Why push it?
Okay, all right. Well, thank you, Ms. Pritchard, for submitting your questions. Now we have Elizabeth Weeby from Canada, and her question is, when is Vita Divina coming to Canada?
Well, that's a great question. Right now, Canada is one of those countries we want to get to, but there's a lot of different laws that we have to abide by. We can ship into it pretty simple, but to have an office there and everything else, there's a lot of rules between the French side and the English side that we need to abide by. And at this moment, our lawyers are telling us to wait for a while. So I don't know if something's changing or we're just waiting.
Okay, so I don't even know if I want to ask this question, Mr. Colin Class. He says, what about Guyana? When my Guyana team and the other Guyana people start doing a lot of things. But Mr. Colin Class is asking, what about Guyana?
What about what?
Guyana, when is the plans to come to Guyana?
I To Ghana or to Diana?
Guyana, the Caribbean,
Oh,
Latin
I
America, Latin America, where where
yes,
I'm up
yes.
to.
Well, to be honest with you, I have no plans just yet. But we speak to your leaders to and create something. I'll definitely I'll definitely take that in mind. I would love to be there.
He said it's the best part of the world. Let's
I believe it. I trust me. I believe that.
let's get some more tea in the market, Mr. Collin. Asked that question, but that's okay. All right. So we also have a question from Natoya. Says, what is the best product for belly fat? And also, she would like to know what is safe for any mother's breastfeeding.
Nothing's safe for anybody breastfeeding unless your doctor says so. So it's like if you're breastfeeding, I would not recommend you taking anything unless your doctor says it's okay for you to take it. Everything that we have is nutritional. It's like food, basically. That's all it is. But yet, it's good to have a doctor's approval of anything because you don't know what. There's people that can't drink milk during a pregnancy. There's people that can't drink, for example, salt water or something that is different. And so everybody should be speaking to the doctors if they should be taking it or not while breastfeeding. The other question was again, Natasha?
What products are good for burning belly fat?
Burning belly fat, I think Life is the best for burning belly fat if you're going to go to the gym. If you don't want to go to the gym and do nothing, ACG would be best. If you just want to linger on and continue on eating and slowly lose it, maybe Scope Max basically would be it, but adding it to Life, I think it would be a powerful combination. From there, this I think a lot of workout they will help too. I'm trying to get rid of mine.
All righty. Thank you. Next one, Matisse Brown. Question is, clients always ask for a regimen for taking out supplements. Is there a regimen that a client can follow to optimize the benefits of our products?
The majority of the products are herbs and natural plants, basically. The best way to take any of these products is on an empty stomach, anytime. If you want to take anything, it's very important that it's on an empty stomach, especially after you woke up. When you've had 8 hours with no food, it's always the best time. Now, there's some products that you can take throughout the day, like for example, our energy product. You take that when you need it, and you can take that with food. That one's perfectly with food and stuff like that. But the energy levels are going to be pretty powerful. It's when you're going to need to go to the gym, when you need to go running, when you need to do a lot of different things. We have our products like the Orange Genius. You take that all day long if you wanted to. So it all depends. When would I take the products, and when do I take the products? On an empty stomach in the morning. As a regimen, I just pour as many of these capsules that I can that I want into me, and that's it.
All right. She had a second question. During the convention, the doctor said that Raiden products will help with keloids. If that if that if that is a beauty line for women, is that a beauty line for men or for women? And when will it be available? Will we have literature in reference to this amazing line of products?
Yes, and it's available right now. There's no points on those products right now because before we're trying them, we're waiting for boxes. We're waiting for a lot of different things that obviously there's a huge delay in packaging right now. So we're waiting for a lot of packaging. We're waiting for a lot of different things so we can literally launch it the way we should. Radiant is a phenomenal company, like you guys heard before, and you heard the doctor talk about talk about how Radiant since the early 2000s has been doing some phenomenal things, especially with the wound care, and everywhere else. When we purchased the company out, it was something that I think for me it was important because my wife it's the only product my wife has ever used in her skin that was able to not give her rashes, not do a lot of different things that that made her feel horrific or anything like that. For me, Radiant has been one of those blessings basically in the products that we've created through Radiant. I think are going to be some phenomenal products for everybody. Now, are they for women, for men? The majority of the line are for women. We do have a men's product that they can be used, and both of them have the same ingredients. The only difference is that men's skin is a little tougher. So that's why there's a men's cream that is a little tougher for it to be absorbed, and men can put as largest quantity as they want on their skin without issues. Women's skin is a little different. Around the eyes, it's a little softer. It's a little bit more delicate. So you need to have a different cream for the eyes. You need to have a different cream for the face. You need to have a different creams for the hands and the chest area where the sun hits and stuff like that. So all that stuff we're putting together so all of you can really reach out and try this stuff. Like, for example, if you go to the back office, you can order a kit right now of Radiant if you wanted to try it out, and soon enough, you guys will see the full line basically with some beautiful boxes that are going to be added and everything else.
Thank you. Someone asked if there's an age limit when it comes to Orange Genius. I was trying to grab it. I don't see anything on here. Is there an age limit when it comes to the Orange Genius?
No, I have kids drinking it. I mean, are kids intolerant to some of the caffeine that we have that is natural in that? Maybe. I mean, they might get a little hype because there's some natural caffeine in it, but there's more dangerous caffeine in a Coca-Cola. And if they're drinking that and you're giving them sodas, this is nothing. This is something that is very good for them. So a lot of people ask, he goes, can we give this to our kids? Are you giving them Coke? Are you giving them sodas? Are you giving them Shasta? You're giving them a lot of those things. If you're giving them those, this is a lot better than any of those things products. It is a lot natural. Now, will they help them with school and stuff? Definitely. You're gonna notice kids in sports and kids in school doing a lot better with this product. So you're gonna notice that.
Erica Gonzalez says her 2-year-old absolutely loves it. Okay. Next question comes from Nigeria from Miss Gift. Um, Her question is it possible to have the tea in smaller tea bags? Example, brew and or drink instant tea.
We wanted to do an instant tea for a very long time because people have been asking, because there's obviously a company out there that I used to be at that have an instant tea at this moment. But the difference is that their instant tea is, if you look at the ingredients, you're looking at the ingredients that are laxatives. Our tea is not a laxative. And to be honest with you, one of the things that you have to understand is that the way it brews and the reason it's a gallon it's there's a big reason for it. It's not just it's part of the tech that's behind the product, but there's a big difference in making a cup worth to instantly drink it or brewing a gallon of it where it's sitting for multiple hours brewing, so you can have the best quality product. You want to make sure that the all the minerals, all the nutritional factors of this product is actually in the tea and the water when you're drinking it. And that's important, and that takes time.
Okay, what I do know is that some people don't know about how you could take the tea and make a cup and how tea could be instant. Can you explain that? Dr. Esther showed me that a couple of years ago at convention. I was shocked.
Well, I mean, there's people that can literally take a tea bag, put it in their cup, put hot water in it, shake it up, move it around, and drink it, and then refill it with hot water, do it again, drink it, and stuff like that. Now, are you getting everything? Would it work instantly like that? Yes, but here's the facts of it is that you still need to get all the nutrition, all the minerals out of that product. It still needs to be brewed. There's a reason why you have to steep it for 8 hours. There's a reason why you have to steep it for as long as you need to for the product to work correctly. Will it work still? Yes, obviously it's going to work, but is it an instant product automatically? No. I mean, unless you want to spend the kind of money at a sachet for a single drink, fantastic. It's expensive. My wife will do it. I mean, she has the money to do it. So it's like she just shakes and rattles and take it in. Fantastic. But I would definitely say follow the instructions. Now, there's another way to make it instant if you wanted to. It's like just make the pure tea. Just the way when you're seeping it in a quart of water, and just hold the concentrated one and just pour as much as you need and add water as you need it. That's the only thing you can do as closest to instant for it. Now, if you want something that is, just because you just want to go to the restroom or something, I'm telling you one thing, try the Skull Max. And then, it's not the same as a tea, but if that's the effect you want, you're going to see that happen. I mean, Latasha says she sneezed once and something happened. So, so that's the story for her to tell. I mean, I'm not
You
I'm
done
not
told my story. I had to get an oil change last week, y'all. And I'm gonna tell you, this Scope Max, it does. It got you going to the bathroom. And I'm sitting up there, the guy wants me to pay, and I realized I sneezed. I didn't think I had to go to the bathroom. I was like, oh, I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. And I ran so quick. He said, you want to leave your keys here? See, I'm going to leave my keys here. Child, I went to the bathroom, came back out. Not only had I left my keys, I had left my cell phone there too. Scope Max is no joke. Stop laughing at me, y'all. And if you put it with a T, oh my goodness, those of you who are doing the Scope Max with a T, drop it in the comments and I will read your comments. Absolutely. It works.
It's powerful. It's powerful. So, I mean, if you want to get the nutrition factor, you know, first of all, you got to understand how the tea works and why it works. Okay, that's one of the things that most people don't understand because most people think it's just to go to the bathroom, the tea, it's not a laxative, my friends. It's nutrition that's coming into your body that food doesn't have no more because everything you eat is impoverished. Everything, I like to tell people, when I was a kid, I used to cut a watermelon in half and eat it, which is a spoon. That's about it. And it's like I'm eating cereal. I used to love it because it used to be sweet. It's not sweet no more. So now you got to add all these, spices and, salt and everything else that you put on it to try to get some flavor into it. Why? Because it's not the same as it was in the past. An orange is not the same as it was in the past. A radish is not the same as it was in the past. The radish used to be hot like a pepper. Now it's like water. It's not even spicy no more. And see, one of the things that you have to understand, it doesn't have yodo, it doesn't have minerals, it doesn't have a lot of things because it's so forced to grow so quickly because we need to feed more people with less farms. Now, because of that, and because of the hormones in meats, especially in chicken and beef, and chicken is the worst one, by the way, and beef and pork and everything else, you need a filter for your life. And tea is just a filter. Every time you eat, you're filtering out all that stuff that's, all those pesticides. Man, do you know that a single apple has dozens and dozens of pesticides on the apple shell, and people just grab an apple, wipe it on their shirt, and start biting it. You don't understand how much chemicals are on that skin, on that wax that they put on each apple. There's a lot of stuff that people don't understand that's in fruits and vegetables and a lot of different things, and why people are malnourished at these time of days. So drink your tea every day, and you're going to see a big difference, especially if you're eating food. It's a daily thing that you're going to do the rest of your life. That's fantastic, but you're going to live a lot longer. You're going to feel a lot better. You're going to smile a lot more. Trust me, it's going to be fantastic.
All right, now I'm gonna skip Simone. Yes, Scope Max are capsules. They are capsules. My pack is almost gone. That's why I'm not giving up my other one. Can you see them? Hold on. Let me balance it. There are capsules. I know that someone we're gonna get to it does have a question about when is it gonna be back, Armand. So I must go back to Gift's last question. But as far as Scope Max, when will it be back?
Well, one of the great news that we had today basically is that one of the ingredients just passed that we were waiting for, just passed customs today. So as soon as we can get that released from the ports and into our warehouse, then I think we can start packaging it and start, capsulizing it and making it, put it in the pack and everything else and put it for sale. So I think I would say, at the most 2 weeks, I think, a week maybe, depending on how quickly we can get our ingredient from the ports.
And how many units did we sell in 2 days?
We sold 55,000 units.
Y'all hear that? 55,000 units.
There's a lot of people with stories that are incredible and with no shame of telling the story because those capsules are powerful.
All right, now I'm gonna go back to Gift. I'll jump back to Scope Max in a minute, guys. Gift's last question was, is it possible for points not to be wiped out?
Is it possible for points? As long as you're active at the end of the month, you should be fine. If you're not active at the end of the month, your points will get flushed. Yes. So it's just important to be active. So 120 points, if you can't afford 120 points, sell 3 products. You'll get the 120 points from sales. those count too. All people, all the cells that go through the system counts your personal volume. So
Thank you. Josephine Thomas from Pennsylvania. When will Jamaica be fully operational?
we're working on Jamaica at the moment. There's a lot of things that behind the scenes that's happening. I don't see Jamaica this year being fully operational. I think next year would be probably a better estimate, basically. But we're working very hard to make sure that happens. Last time I was in Jamaica doing the meeting for that convention we had down there, I think a lot of people know that we're very interested in being in Jamaica. So in being there 100% and running 100%. So people know that they're there. And I love Jamaica, and the more as soon as we have an office, the more I'll visit Jamaica. So
when will Ghana and the UK get Tonkat Ali?
As a matter of fact, I believe there's a shipment. I'm not sure. The UK can order Tonkat Ali right now. That's not an issue. They can get it because everything from the UK runs from the United States. So for Ghana, I believe there's a shipment of Tonkat Ali on its way right now. So
Simone says Jamaica loves you.
I know, and I love Jamaica. And
Now,
the food is just phenomenal.
I know, right?
Yep.
Naomi said, what are the benefits of the Sculpt Max?
The benefits of the Scope Max is a lot of running things that happen. Give me a second. Let me pull up this. So instead of talking, I'll just read it. Let's see. Give me a second. Let's see here. Here we go. Let me just look for Sculpt Max here. Okay. Number one, and the most important factor of the Sculpt Max is that it's a leptin resistance product, basically. So your leptin, is a gland in the middle of your brain that looks like a little peanut, basically. And what it does is that gland is the one that tells you, I'm starving, I'm hungry. Or when you smell something, it gives you hungry or makes you salivate every time you're talking about some food or something. That comes from that gland. And this prevents that gland to do that to you, number one. So imagine trying to accomplish a diet, and as you're accomplishing this diet, you're not hungry, you're not looking at potato chips and saying, oh my goodness, I need to eat those. Or look, if somebody brought pizza and you need to grab that, you need to do that, you need to eat that, so it's very, very, very powerful because of that. So number one, that's a big part of this product, because there's leptin to control your leptin. It's very, very difficult, and this product can succeed at it pretty simple. Okay, so it controls that leptin hormone basically pretty awesome. So the leptin hormone also is in charge of your fat storage in your body and controlling the fat storage in your body. So by controlling the leptin levels in the way your leptin hormone works, basically it could really resolve a lot of issues there with the fat reserve. So it's pretty powerful. Now, when leptin levels are in a high, for example, for extended periods of time, leptin resistance can develop, in your body, and that's pretty strong. So people, like I said, one of the issues and one of the biggest issues people have is their leptin is out of control. So by controlling your leptin, it's like a superfood for your diet, basically. Okay. Number two, that is important, and I'm trying to find the next one here, is that it doesn't let sugar synthesize in your blood system. So it prevents a lot of the sugars from entering and being absorbed. That is pretty powerful, especially in diets and stuff like that. It also is a product that burns fat that's inside your body, while it doesn't permit fats or new fats to come into your body. So when all these things are together and they're working the way they are, that's why people have that huge urge to go to the restroom sometimes, like all of a sudden after they eat 30 minutes. Because when you eat, your body's going to make sure that everything that you shouldn't have in your system is getting exposed out. And we'll feel that in about 30 minutes. And after that, you'll feel fantastic. So I always tell people, if you're taking the Scope capsule, don't take it if you're traveling somewhere and you're not going to be and you're eating. Go eat and make sure that you're in a place that, there's a restroom close by, because within 30 minutes, you're going to be needing it. And that's it. And then after that, you're fine. Now, is it the same as a detox tea? No. Detox tea is a whole different product, and it works in a whole different way. This one, you will go to the restroom a lot, yes, but you're removing everything that you're eating at the moment that is not supposed to go into your body. So you'll see a lot of different things. Now, what's the other thing that's powerful about this product? You will see inches crawling off of you really quickly, but weight may still be there. Why? Because your muscles, it doesn't reduce your muscle, it only reduces fat. All right. So that's why I recommend people to use it in combination with life, or in combination with ACG, or combination with a steady diet, or combination with exercise. It all will help you reduce those inches. Like, you guys seen pictures of me? I mean, it's like since January, if you look at it, since I started using it actually in mid-December, I'm down about 60 pounds and just eating. I'm not doing any diets. I'm not doing anything. I'm having meals every day. So it's pretty powerful. So I think I love the product. I've fallen in love with the product. As a matter of fact, I didn't even know if I was going to take the product out. We did a study with 100 people that used it. Within that study, half the people used half the people that used it did diets, and half of them didn't. And the funny part about it is that most had results. And when I say most, it's almost everybody. So only a few people here and there that did not, but it was pretty powerful. So to me, I love the product. Um, there was something else about the product that I forgot right now. I was thinking about it as I'm. Um, yeah, I mean that's I would definitely use that product every single day.
So I have to say, my open pack is here because 6 a.m. in the morning, get on and I do Bible study on a Zoom. So I keep it here with some water so I can take it because, of course, my stomach is empty. And what I've found since I've been using it is that I'm usually not hungry till about 11 o'clock or so. Now, I did tell Armand, I said, "Okay, Armand, I'm almost through my first pack. I haven't dropped any weight." He said, "Well, did you measure yourself?" And I said, "Well, no, I hadn't measured myself. However, I am seeing a difference in my clothes, my waist, the pants of my waist is getting looser, and things like that." So I could tell, even though I didn't take my measurements, something is happening when it comes to how my clothes are fitting. So the key to all of our products is to just be consistent and remember that everybody's going to have a different result.
You, you
Now
know,
we
you know, one more thing I just remembered. In that study with 100 people, we had a few people that were, a gun ho gym people, the building muscle and building everything. They told me one thing that was spectacular, and at the end of this time that they were using it, because they had 90 days to use the product basically. And one of the things that I thought it was spectacular was that one gentleman told me, and actually two people told me. It was one gentleman, and it was one of the ladies that you'll see here at Via Divina too, said the same thing, but not she was not in the study, only him. But he told me this. He goes, ever since I've been using it, I'm not doing abs as much, but my abs show. And to me, that was really, really cool, because if you're taking the fat out of that area and just the muscle is not going away, it's pretty powerful. It's all, to me, it's pretty cool. Plus, it has a powerful ingredient in it that I think a lot of people will love. It's a brand new product to the weight loss arena that we're bringing into it. It's a nocifine, basically, and that product basically is just crazy if you research it and everything else in the weight loss arena. So it's pretty powerful.
Aisha says she can't wait to get her hands on it.
I can't wait till everybody's using it.
So now we have Samantha. I don't know how to pronounce your last name, so I'm not going to try it. She asked, she said, my grandmother has swelling in her legs, diabetes, and high blood pressure. Is there anything that you can suggest that would help?
Um, I'm a big proponent of reishi mushroom. If you would take a big giant scoop of the extract and put it into water, hot water, and drink it straight through, you're gonna see great effects that will help her dramatically. Um, to me, that is important. Um, inflammation. We have, for example, our dorado coffee, not a coffee, dorado hot drink from Cafe Divina that has turmeric in it. That inflammation and joint pains goes away pretty simple, and it's well known that turmeric does that. So it's a turmeric latte basically. So it's pretty cool. And it has reishi in it too. So it's a 1, 2, 3 punch at the moment. So try that. You'll see what happens.
Hazel Brooke had a similar question just from the aspect of what products are best for pain in the Vita Vena line.
Ouch. That's why it's called ouch.
Ouch, ouch. Simone, why is it that Mars and Tonkat Ali are not available in Canada or the UK?
They may not be on the cart right now, but they were completely sold out recently. Now that Tonkat Ali is back on stock, Mars is back on stock, and there's a lot of gents and wives that really, they're waiting for this product so their marriage could be, okay.
Okay, now this is the last two that I have, guys. Submitted from Chicago, our Ruby leader, Mr. David Marquez, asks, well, I'm gonna add a question with one of his. Well, this is a question, like that Scope Mass question. When will we be getting a new presentation, boss man?
I'm really hammering people right now for it. Trust me. I have a group that's coming in. This a brand new English speaking group, and they need a presentation too. And I don't want to hand them the old one, so I'm trying to make sure that we get those ready. Probably this week or next week. I'm trying to push for that.
How do you see the English community growing in the next 5 years?
I see the English community doing, 500,000 a year to a million. I'm sorry, 500 million a year. It really in the next 5 years. So between the next 5 years, next 2 years, I think even maybe between the next 3 years, I think it's going to be a very powerful community. That's what we're looking for.
Yarmina said, yay.
Yeah.
Someone just did another screen one. Any suggestions on products that could assist with kidney stones from Marcia Patterson?
I would say drink the tea.
Drink the tea. Okay, he already asked the questions about back pain. I'm skipping that. Ermine. Zoom user. Is there a product or will there be a product for building lean muscles?
Definitely. We already started with Ripped. You guys, everybody loves the Ripped capsule. We do have the Pure, the protein for muscle building. And we are leading into that direction of having a lot more products that are gym based for people, so like products that you'll see at the gym and everything else. So we are leaning that way. We are doing a lot of consulting during right now because we don't want to jump the gun on anything we might not need. So we are consulting with a few people that, they're professionals in that area and making sure that we get the right products for you guys.
Okay, now chat, again, we don't make medical claims, but Naomi says she has a testimony with the tea helping with her kidney stones. So the tea is it.
Yep.
Now, the next
Drink it.
question,
Just drink it hot. Okay.
drink it hot, guys. Drink it hot. When heating the tea up, what's the best method? Since you asked that question, that puts it out there. A lot of people usually have that question.
The tea is a lot more potent when it's hot. So you use it hot. If you drink it just regular cold, it's fine. But if you want it to be more potent, more stronger, hot. So don't microwave it. It's important. You'll kill all the minerals that the tea has. It's just put it on your stove and heat it up, and you'll see how powerful that is.
All right. And our last question for the evening. When are the new Mundo and Omega products launching and what are their benefits?
That's a great question. And the Mundo product, we're just waiting for packaging. We literally have everything to create to make it. We're excited about it. And what it is Mundo, for example, Verde is all greens. It's like a greens drink. You probably already had a greens drink before, like a greens shake with a lot of different things. But what makes ours different than everybody else's is that our technology we have like a huge nano technology that we can remove basically the taste and add taste to it. So even though you have a lot of these greens, like for example, every 8-ounce serving is 10 servings of salads, is 10 servings of vegetables, is 10 servings of a lot of different things. So it's pretty powerful in the way it is, especially with kids that don't want to have their nutrition. Imagine them in 8 ounces loving and wanting more because it tastes like apples in juice and tastes like strawberries and tastes like berries and tastes like oranges and pineapples. That's what we've done with Mundo, basically. We've taken a trifecta, we call it the triangle of life, because you got all your greens, all your reds like beets that people don't like to eat and they're good for you, and take all that flavors out and add different flavors to it so you can enjoy them and your kids will enjoy them and kids will want them. Imagine how if kids have their nutrition the way they should have, if foods were correct, if foods weren't being grown the way they are. Imagine them now being able to take in 8 ounces, being able to take as much as nutrition as they need per day, and then the rest of the day, whatever they do, they're going to be okay. That means they're not going to get as sick as often. That means they're going to be really well. They're going to be able to think a lot better. They're going to be able to absorb more stuff from school. They're going to be able to do a lot of different things because nutrition just helps.
All right. Now, somebody threw a last minute question in. What's the age range for Factor Divina and how does Factor Divina compare to the Mundo?
Factor Divina is very different. Is Factor Divina is not, for example, I see Mundo as nutrition. For example, it's vegetables, it's plants, it's a lot of plants that you wouldn't eat on a normal basis that are in there that your body does need. It's a lot of for example, the reds. It's a lot of fruits and vegetables in the reds that you wouldn't normally eat them because they're just horrific. Like if you try to, for example, I don't know if you ever had a red cabbage. It's like it's not that good, right? And some people push that cabbage aside when you see that. But imagine now liquefied with other, like beets and like other vegetables in there and some fruits and something, and then it tastes like punch. It'll be awesome. I think kids will take it. That's the difference. Okay. Now, what's the difference with Factor Divina? Factor Divina is I think it's a mix more than everything because I created it as a mix. And what I mean by a mix is, how you mix things with drinks, basically. So this is like, like you have those margarita mix. I don't drink alcohol, but there's margarita mixes and stuff like that. Well, it's similar to that in the perception of how we created the product. For example, you can take it just an ounce or 2 ounces of it straight. You're gonna fall in love with it. But it's over 30 superfoods that are in this product for like the rishis, the nonis, the mangosteens, and all that stuff. Okay. Now imagine having this drink that tastes phenomenal, but you add it to a 12-ounce or 20-ounce water. You'll convert that to a phenomenal drink. Now, If you add those ounce or 2 ounces to a bubbly water, like sparkling water, it becomes a soda that kids can drink. No sugars in it, no nothing. It's phenomenal for you. Has a lot of energy, a lot of different things. If you add those 2 ounces to milk, your kids will love it because it becomes almost like a quick strawberry milk, the taste of it, but it has all that nutrition in it. You put that in any types of milk, like almond milk or whatever, it's going to be phenomenal. You put it in hot water, like those ounce into hot water, it becomes a fusion that is pretty powerful. If you put that, into, for example, anything you can think, you add it to orange juice, it's phenomenal in orange juice. So you can add it to a lot of different things. You can cook with it too. That's a big difference too. I mean, that you can use it. So it's a very huge, a very powerful concentrate that is going to change your life if you use it every day. That's all I can tell you. So it's two different type of products. Mundo is just nutrition. Like kids will not eat salads. Kids will not eat. They'll get a burger from McDonald's. They'll pull the tomatoes and the lettuce and the pickles on it. I know McDonald's don't have that stuff, but like a regular burger, they'll pull that stuff out. They won't even have that. Whatever is nutritional inside of it, this will give the kids the nutrition they need. So there's two different type of products.
All right, awesome. So I'm gonna shut it down right now, guys. I'm gonna shut it down. Oh, well, somebody said is spirulina in the Mundo?
Yes, it is in the greens.
All right.
There's
Okay.
algae alpha is in there, and there's a lot of other algae that they're going to help you. That's what I
All
said. There's a lot of horrible tasting stuff in there that's very, very, very good for you, but it doesn't taste like that because we were able to remove the taste and add different taste to it. That is a taste that kids will love. You will love. If you close your eyes, you'll never ever guess it's greens. Let me just put it that way.
All right, Lisa, he's talking about Mundo. That was the last product, Mundo. All right, so Armand, do you have one last thing that you want to say to the family before we shut the doors tonight?
Well, the only thing I can tell you is that we're waiting for a lot of people to hit ranks today. And I know that you're going to be doing your closing today for the month. I know they're going to be pushing. I know you're going to try to get your numbers up before the night's down. I wish everybody success. I do believe that this opportunity has blessed a lot of people around the world. And I have the pleasure to have seen so many testimonials on how this company has helped. I've heard a lot of your testimonies. I've heard a lot of what's, how your lives have changed. I've heard stories of, how, from living in an apartment with multiple families to now having your own home. That's powerful stuff. And you know what? Nothing puts me down at night to sleep on a pillow without waking up. Just nothing puts me more comfortable to knowing that we're doing some good in this world. And I appreciate every single one of you that puts their grain of sand into this powerful company that we have. It's called Vida Divina. So God bless to everybody. God bless, from behalf of my wife, my family, just a whole corporate team around the world that is just, here for you guys and trying to do things that are powerful for every single one of you. Like, from all my diamonds around the world, that they are working every day. I don't even know sometimes where they're at around the world because everybody's flying everywhere doing meetings. And I love everybody who's doing that and pushing the vision for this company all over, wherever you need it. So to me, thank you, thank you, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, that I love you guys. Thank you so much. And I'm always will be here for anything that you guys need. You guys know that. Let's grow this. Let's grow your life from tragic to magic. Let's move forward and grow things that only dreams in other people's minds would be accomplished. Let's do it, Mahan.
Absolutely. And what do we do to do that? Be back here next Tuesday and Thursday and bring 2 people with you. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Armand.
God bless.
God bless.
The recording